You're listening to Ignite Your Success, a podcast that inspires fitness professionals to build a strong business that enables them to serve more people and engineer the lifestyle they desire. It's Brad Sheppard here, and together with Jason Ubanowicz, we're best known for running Trainer HQ, a community of passionate and profit-hungry fitness business owners that make a massive difference in others' lives every day. Each episode will unpack for you exactly what's working and deliver best practice strategies so you can confidently grow your business and make a huge impact. Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ignite Your Success podcast that I'm very privileged and honoured to be joined by one of our amazing clients at Trainer HQ, Mr. Brandt Cogill. And Brandt is here.
Hey mate, how are you?
Mate, I'm excellent. Good to have you along. Now, I'm like I said, I'm very privileged to be joined by not only a great client, but a former Australian representative and team captain for the Australian karate team, mate. So you've got my intrigue and my curiosity. So can we launch with that, please?
Sure. So I guess I was inspired by movies when I was a kid. Like watching Karate Kid and Bruce Lee and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And just started at a young age. So I think I was 7 when I started karate, and my stepfather was my instructor. I end up representing Australia. I've represented Australia 7 times.
7 times. That's huge.
Yeah. The last 2 times I was the Australian team captain.
Yep.
And I think the highlight of my career was in 2012. We had the World Championships in Sydney at Olympic Park.
Yes.
And I managed 2 bronze medals.
Wow, that's huge, mate, at the World Championships.
World Championships, yeah.
Massive. So that obviously led you into the business, which is Fitzroy Martial Arts and Fitness. So, mate, tell us about that progression. How did you sort of get into the fitness industry?
Well, I guess we've always taught clubs, and I didn't only train, but I was also teaching, we kind of
coaching karate.
Coaching karate, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
which traditionally has been done in community halls and places like that. Was that the typical type of setup?
Yeah. So I was at a school hall, and I was coaching after work, and I guess it kind of helped supplement me to go away for training or for competition entries and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but not so much a career path, more so a love affair, a passion.
Yeah. And I guess the karate way it's all about learning and growing as a person, becoming a better version of yourself, and so
better human.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I guess teaching is kind of a progression of your training. So if you've got to get across what you've learnt, then you're being of service to the community, and you're having a deeper understanding of what you know.
Great, excellent. And I guess practicing the philosophies and the principles and so forth.
Absolutely.
Cool. So somehow that led you down the path of being in your opening up a business and being in your facility. So it all come about by a bit of chance, didn't it?
Yeah. So I started training MMA, jiu-jitsu and MMA, and I had an MMA fight, and our MMA gym. It got sold, and a lot of us all came together, and we wanted to stay training together. So we found a shed and rented a shed, and it kind of just grew from there. We started a direct debit, just so that everybody
could pay the bills.
And that's all it was. It was just a community. We weren't really trying to make money out of it. I was still working full time.
And this is back in roughly what year?
It was 2013.
2013, and it's 2020 now, so roughly 7 years ago.
Yep.
And kicked that off, and how long before you then made the progression into turning it into, I guess, what we might say a more legitimate business or a more legitimate operation?
Well, we had a 12-month lease.
Yep.
After we were getting towards the end of that 12 months, we had a decision. There was a fork in the road of do we fold it, or do we try and go bigger and and maybe try and make a living out of it?
Yes.
And we had a look around, and we found one venue that was had good potential, and we could do it. But it just the money didn't seem to add up. It just didn't. We didn't have the funds to be able to do it.
Yes.
We went too far off. And I think I had a discussion with my mum. Actually, I said, "Oh, I don't know, Mum. I don't think we can do it." And she said, "Well, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, you might just, go back and get another job." I said, "Yeah, rightio, stuff it. We'll give it a crack and have a go."
Yeah.
So
I guess the thought of going back to a job once you've left it was probably not that appealing, hey?
no, it wasn't that appealing.
So let's fast forward the clock now. What's life like now? So just give us a brief rundown on your facility. Like, how many people do you serve? And I know there's two parts to it. So just run us through the business in its current format.
Yeah. So Fitzroy Martial Arts, we have like karate and jiu-jitsu. We have kids classes and yoga. And we've always done a lot of fitness classes, and because I've always done a lot of cross training for MMA, for karate.
Yes.
So our fitness classes just sort of boomed, and we've now got Fitzroy Martial Arts and Fitzroy Fitness, two identical sheds. They're side by side, and we've got a, fitness and martial arts gym.
Great. And roughly how many numbers are we talking in, say, the martial arts side?
Kind of in the martial arts side, I'd say it's, probably around 80 people.
80 active members. And in the fitness side?
About 100.
About 100, yeah. So add them all up, 180 people you're serving on a weekly basis, which is decent business, big business, looking after plenty of people.
It's fluctuated a little bit, going from, I think at best we had 210 or 215 people. So, it's been a great experience, and we learned so much out of it, and it's an amazing journey. We're just so grateful to be able to do this for a living.
Yeah. And you mentioned jiu-jitsu, mate. I know that's also a passion of yours, and I do believe that you've had some success in that area too as a fighter yourself.
In jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, or in MMA, we should say. Yeah.
Obviously jiu-jitsu is a crucial part of learning MMA, and it's something that I've kind of been a bit of a beginner because I'm a bit of a striker from my karate background.
Yes.
And that's how I know Jason, but I think we can get into that in a bit. And MMA, I've been fighting for 5 years now. I went pro after the first year. I've had 11 fights.
Wow.
And 8 wins.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've done fairly well.
It's not a bad result by the sounds of it.
No. I tell you what, it's a real challenge. I guess I kind of wanted to see how effective my karate was, and we're coaching it and doing it at the gym, so I kind of like to lead from the front.
That's great. I was just about to say that you're the walking, talking advertisement for your gym. I know you're a family man.
Yep.
Married, you got your kids at home. So I guess the question I've got for you is, how do you sort of fit all this in? Because there's a fair bit going on.
I tell you what, it hasn't been easy, and that's a big lesson that I've had to learn, and I've learned it, I guess you could say, the hard way, where I burnt out just from trying to do too much, and it's just a little bit of a delicate balance, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I think it's just focusing on the things that are most important.
Yeah. And you mentioned to me about the team that you got around you and what it sounds like, because you're in Rockhampton.
Yes.
And so it sounds like you got a great, number one, a great community, but can you tell us just briefly about the support network you've got in terms of your team that run the business for you as well? Yeah.
So everybody who is on staff, or all the staff at the gym have been members at the gym.
Yeah.
I guess because they believe in what we do and what we're trying to achieve, and they have the same kind of passion as we do, and they can see it, and we're really grateful, and that we've got such a good community of people. They've become more like family and friends.
Amazing. Yeah.
Well, because it's me and my wife and our 2 kids, and then we have a lot of other families that that have trained with us who, you know, mum and dad might do fitness and the kids do the kids class, or you know, they all train together. It's a great atmosphere, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. And tell us a bit about your clients' experience, because obviously, you know, we've been, you know, discussing the type of people that you attract to the gym, and I guess around some of the messaging. What are some of the things that they kind of say to you, and what's the feedback you get from them about the community that you've built?
Well, I would like to say that from a fighter's perspective, I think we hold a fairly high standard. I've always liked to train hard, and I know what it takes to get to the level that, you know, that they need to get at if they want to win. So, you know, from that perspective, and I enjoy helping younger people with you know, that need a little bit of direction in their life, and you know, looking for, you know, maybe not just how to be a good fighter, but how to manage themselves and to be happier in their life. Family wise, obviously, because we're a family and we have a lot of other families that come and train, it's very what can I say? It's very inviting for family to, you know, to still family friendly atmosphere. We're not really a fight gym as such.
Although you do have a fight squad.
Although we have that
you're not
squad.
known as a fight gym. You're more known as a family/community gym by the sounds of it.
That's right. And I like that kind of feeling too. It's I have a lot of people that might be a little worried about, you know, at the beginning, worried about egos and worried about, you know, like you know, somebody wanting to prove themselves or you know, like that kind of thing. But it's a very welcoming, friendly environment that you know, people can feel safe and get a little bit of progression and yeah.
That's great. That's excellent. Now, I know that when you come with us, you've been working with us at Trainer HQ for a while, specifically with the big fella Jason Ubanowicz, fellow jiu-jitsu man, fellow black belt. Yeah. Now, I know that you'd had some success and you'd increase your revenue and so forth, but you'd also increase your expenses as well. Tell us about a couple of the changes that you've made to the business, and I guess what has been the trickle-down effect for you guys.
Well, I think so when we opened the fitness side of the gym, we found ourselves with you know, double the space and double the rent, and then
so we had to fill that somehow.
We need to fill that somehow. So, you know, we got onto some other programs, and we you know, like we filled the fitness gym up and we got it going, and and there was a lot of expenses with the other programs and the way we were running things. We were doing well, but you know, it wasn't that profitable, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so you'd gone through the process of being able to fill the space, get the people in, but then at the same time, it was that sort of balance, you know. It's, I guess, what you're left with at the end of the day. Yeah,
and so I guess I kind of I needed some personalised help, and as you said, I already knew Jason through jiu-jitsu, and I knew what he did, and I just was training one day and I asked him a little bit about what he did, and maybe if he could have a listen to, you know, my my dilemmas and see if he could help out in any way. And we ended up working together a year ago, and it was so good. Just very personalised to me and my business and how I like to run things, and how I could do things a little better. And yeah, it was very good, very helpful. We you know, we ended up making a good profit last year, and we ended up paying ourselves more, and you know, like just being a little bit more savvy with the back end side of the business, which is kind of something we needed, I guess. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love hearing the stories, and more importantly, it's always the trickle-down effect to what it means. Like you said, we were able to get paid more, take more profit, you know, be able to build it in such a way where, you know, you get what you want. You don't just feel like you're always on the grind, just trying to do more. Well, that's what it's like, right? I mean, when you own a business and you really want it to succeed and you'll do anything you can for it, and you really care about the members, then it's kind of like you're willing to forego things for yourself.
Yes.
like getting paid. Like we were paying some of our staff more than we were paying ourselves, and just because we wanted to keep them and do the right thing for them. And I guess just working with Jason and you guys, it was just about having a bit more self-esteem and self-worth. And, I think that is a trickle-on effect to other parts of the gym too. You know, it really shows when you care about yourself and how you're doing things, then you're gonna be better. You're gonna show up better for everybody else as well.
Absolutely, yeah, so powerful. Hey, because the wealth. We always say this wealth. It just comes in so many different currencies, and obviously, the numbers, the member numbers, the profit, all that's important because they're mechanics of business. But on the flip side, it's got to be wealth is the currency of being able to have time with the family, being able to give more and serve more to our members and build that community and so forth. And so, it's really great to hear. And what you said about the getting paid, it's not uncommon at all. We hear it from so many gym and facility owners where it's like, I'm the last one to get paid out of all this. And so it's great that you've actually done something about it, more importantly. So, mate, I know that you've got an excellent community up there. What does the future look like? So tell us a bit about what sort of things that you might want to do on the horizon, and what are some of the aspirations you got?
Well, I used to be pretty focused on numbers and trying to get more numbers into the gym, but I've found that I guess I was losing a little bit of touch with my members because of that. And like you're always kind of thinking about the financial side of things, and you're wanting to do well and making sure that you can still run and operate and
keep the doors open and
keep the doors open and all that kind of stuff. But
yes.
I'm really enjoying giving more back to my clients that we have at the moment. So rather than worrying about acquiring more clients, but just providing more value to the clients that we do have, and I'm finding that very fulfilling because I'm getting a lot more out of my clients in terms of their training and their progression in what they love to do.
Their adherence and
people are showing up happier, and it's a knock-on effect. We're there to sort of improve the quality of their lives and make and teach them something, but we get so much back from it, where the satisfaction of seeing that growth and that is it's payment in itself, really.
It's fantastic. It's a great point because there can be that thing of just focusing on the numbers, looking at the money, that side of it, but on the flip side going, okay, well, if I can serve more and if I can give more, then what's going to happen is that'll come back because I can then have an increase in my average dollar sale per member. There's other things that I can offer my people because they're going to be hungry for it.
Yeah.
And consequently, it's not just about just trying to get more all the time.
No, and it's about getting back to the reasons why you started it in the first place. Getting back to your passion, and that can get lost along the way a little bit, I think. And if you can get back to the reasons why you started something in the first place, what your passion is about it, you're going to have so much more energy, and you're going to be a lot more true to yourself and to your clients, and and having that truthfulness and that genuine quality, everything is going to, everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, fantastic. Love the attitude, and I can see, as you say that, I can see the genuine nature, and like you said, from your karate upbringing and the values and so forth, it just shines through. So it's no wonder you're doing a great job and servicing these amazing, 180 odd people on a weekly basis. So, mate, congrats on what you built.
Thank you very much, Brad.
Congrats on your personal success too, mate. I find it very inspiring. Someone who definitely loves to lead by example, walk their talk. So no doubt your community is, they're very lucky to have someone like you there, mate. So well done.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Thanks for joining me, bud. And congrats on your success.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
All right, that's us done for today. Bye-bye for now.